Hello.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you?
Hi, good afternoon. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good as well. And since this is the first time we're talking, how about you introduce yourself?
Okay, so my name is Arundhati Roktima. I'm 13 years old and I study in class 8. I'm from the city of Bhilai in Chhattisgarh. It's a state in the central part of India and I study in Delhi Public School, Bhilai.
Okay, that was a lovely introduction, Arundhati. And I'm Sunayna, and I'm going to be a tutor for this session. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
So, what would you like to talk about today? Do you know the topic for today?
Yeah, I went through it, but I forgot it. What was it? Could you just remind me once?
Yeah, so the topic is if you could create a movie.
Oh, yeah, I went through it in the morning.
Great. So, shall we proceed with this?
Yeah.
Okay, but before we proceed, I would like you to speak on either of the two topics that I'm about to give you, like an extempore. Is that okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so you can either speak on when is lying acceptable or if only common sense were common. You can choose between the two.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go with the first one. When is lying? What was it? Could you repeat that?
When is lying acceptable?
Okay. Yeah. When is lying acceptable? So I feel like lying is a really bad thing to do, and we should not lie that often because then it creates a bad image for the other person in their mind that uh, I lie a lot. If they get to know that I lied about something, then it will be very awkward to talk to them or be friends with them again, right? But if you're lying to for a good cause, for example, I'm not able to think of an example right now, but if you're lying for a good cause and not just hiding a mistake of yours, like for example, you just broke a vase of someone, like their favorite vase, and you just broke it. And then if I'm lying that, oh, I did not break it, my cat broke it. So in that case, lying is bad because we are just blaming the thing, blaming our mistake on someone else. We are blaming it on the cat. So it's bad, right? But if I'm lying for a good cause, if I'm lying for something good, for example, someone knocks at my door and I do not have my parents around at my house and they just ask me to let them in. So I cannot just let them in, and I would say that no, my parents aren't allowing me to like that. I can lie for my safety or something. So in that case, lying is acceptable. So it depends on what you're lying for. So that depends. That if you're lying for a good cause, then it's acceptable. But if you're just blaming your mistake, the things that you have done on someone else, or if you're just blaming it on someone, so then it's bad. It's not acceptable.
Right. Very well put. And yeah, lying for your safety is acceptable. I agree.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay, now coming back to our topic. If you could create a movie, what would it be about? And share a brief storyline or plot.
Okay, so I feel like creating a movie is very difficult and it takes a lot of time because I have a YouTube channel and I sometimes shoot for that, and I've seen that how much work it takes to take the proper camera movements and all the shots. So if I have to direct a movie, if I have to make a movie, so in that case it would be very time taking, and the first thing that would come to my mind if I have to make a movie is that I'd have to have a very amazing script of the
Mm-hmm.
storyline and all that stuff, because if I'm not having a good script, then people would not like that movie. They would just not like it, and no one would watch it. So I have thought of a script in my mind that I'm an agent. Not I am an agent. The character is an agent. He's like an undercover agent, and he's trying to solve a case. And in that case, there is a person. Let's just name him Wilson. Yes, Wilson is a billionaire, but he just suddenly died. And there are a few suspects, like his daughter, his brother, and his secretary. So all the three of them are suspects, and Wilson, not Wilson, what was his name? The undercover agent, I forgot his name. Let's just name him Bob, the undercover agent. Bob is
Okay.
trying to figure out who is the murderer. So that would be a storyline of what I've thought.
I would definitely watch that movie, by the way.
Oh.
So could you go into more detail about, how the murderer would get caught and what do the suspects do? That kind of. Can you go into more detail?
Okay, so the Bob he just goes to all the suspects and tries to find out what they were doing at that moment of the murder, and
Mm-hmm.
he just finds out that Wilson's daughter she was in her college and she was in London at that time, so she couldn't be the suspect, and she also has her alibi, so she's just clear she's not a suspect anymore. And then there are two people left, the secretary and Wilson's brother. Okay, so his secretary and his brother, they both are behaving a little bit suspicious, and they both are trying to be hiding. They are trying to hide something, and it just seems very suspicious because they both are behaving really weirdly. And then
Mm-hmm.
Bob realizes that there is something that Wilson's brother and his secretary have planned together. So he just tries to go after them and find out what they do on a daily basis. He tries to find out what they were doing at that particular moment, and he realizes that they both planned the murder because Wilson was a billionaire and they wanted his money. So that's why they both planned the murder. And what else? Then what happened? Yeah, so then they were caught. They were not just caught right away.
Mm-hmm.
Bob tried to find some clues, not clues, some what is that called? Evidence. Yeah, evidence. He tried to find some evidence, and then they both were caught, and that's it.
Okay, so the murder doesn't actually take place. It's before the murder can take place that the suspects are caught. That they're,
No,
touching
no,
a plan.
Wilson is dead. Wilson is dead already. It's all after
Okay.
the murder.
Okay, so the motive is for his money.
Yes.
Okay, quite interesting, I must say. So, were you inspired by any movie for your plot, or did you just
No, I just thought randomly of this.
okay? I mean, for on the spot, I mean, you came up with a plot that's quite you're quite smart that way. Okay,
Oh,
so
thank you.
do you have anybody in mind that you would like to cast in the roles for Wilson or the
Hmm.
special agent or the suspects? Do you have anybody in mind?
So first of all, I'd like to clear this that do I have to take a celebrity or an actor, a famous actor or something as my cast, or I can take any person, like a famous person?
Yeah, I mean, if you could take a celebrity's name, I would be aware of that. But if you,
Hmm.
so yeah, preferably a
Okay.
celebrity.
Okay, so for Bob, the agent, I would like to take Amir Khan for that. I don't know
Hmm.
why, because that was the first name that came into my mind. So I'd like to take him for
Okay.
the agent. And for the secretary I would like to take. Who would I like to take? Alia Bhatt, maybe.
Okay.
Okay, and then for the brother, the evil brother, I would like to take. Whom would I like to take? I think I might go with Shah Rukh Khan.
Okay.
And for the dead person, the billionaire, what Wilson? Yes, Wilson. I'd like to take Akshay Kumar.
Mm-hmm.
And for the daughter, the billionaire's daughter, I'd like to take Tapsi Pannu.
Okay. Quite an interesting cast. Good
Hmm.
luck trying to get Shah Rukh Khan and Amir Khan acting
Yes,
together. Uh,
yes.
what kind of budget would you like to have for the movie?
Okay, so the budget would probably be very high because the cast that I'm going to take, they might means for them it would take a lot of for their payment. It would take a lot of money for their payment. So that's why my budget would probably be like 3 crores, I guess.
Okay. And how would you raise funds for it? What would you do?
I do not actually have an idea for that, but I would like to, promote this movie so that famous brands, want to invest in this movie. That would be
Mm-hmm.
a thing that I'd like to aim for, big and famous brands so that they sponsor us.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hmm.
And that exactly that's what I'm asking. How would you get these brands to sponsor you and
Maybe
your
I'd
film?
like to contact the heads of the brands, maybe, and I can just ask them if they want to, be a part of this. Or I can just go. I do not really know how do you get brands for movies, but the first thing that came into my mind would probably be through social media. I can
Hmm.
just try to, contact some people or just make some posts on social media, and in that way brands might be interested in this movie.
Hmm. Yeah,
Hmm.
it could be possible. And what do you think will cost the most money for your film production?
I think that the scene of the investigation and all that stuff, because the camera movements, not the camera movements exactly, but the editing and all the looks, the graphics and all that stuff would probably cost a lot, because this is like a thriller mystery film, I can say. So I
Mm-hmm.
think the graphics and all that stuff might be a little expensive.
Okay. Yeah. And what all do you think you will need to shoot and release the movie?
Okay, so first, so you're asking the persons like producer, cameraman, or the things that I would need.
The equipment. Yeah, but you could also
Okay.
talk about the crew members and yeah.
Hmm. So I would require a lot of cameramen and like what are they called, designers, like dress designers, makeup
Mm.
artists, and all those persons. And I need a lot of equipment as well, like the camera and what else. If I have some stunts in my movie, so I would also need body doubles and all
Mm.
those peoples, and I would also require a lot of stages, a whole area where we can shoot, so those things will be very necessary.
Right, right, right. And which location would you choose to shoot the movie in?
Okay, so the main person of this movie is Wilson, the rich billionaire who is dead now.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm.
as he's rich, so I would require a background, or what is that called? A set that looks very lavish and luxurious, where a
Mm-hmm.
billionaire would live, a place where a
Mm-hmm.
billionaire would live, like a whole mansion or something. So
Mm-hmm.
that would be the location for the shoot.
And like which country would it be in?
Mm, I think probably in Switzerland, I guess.
Hmm. Right. Okay. And would you publicly release the movie like on a big scale, global?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. And where all would you put it up? Would you also put it up on OTT platforms or just the big screen?
I guess I would like to go for the only the big screen.
Hmm. Okay.
Hmm.
And would you rather create a TV series or a movie out
A
of
movie,
this?
because this whole plot is not, it cannot be extended for
Hmm.
a TV series like 100 or 200 episodes. I don't think so that it can go that long. So
Hmm.
2 to 3 hour movie, I think that would be enough for the whole plot.
Okay. And let me ask you this. If you had to create a documentary, what would it be about?
Okay, a documentary. As of now, I'm a student, so I think I would like to create a documentary on the studies and the I'm not able to explain myself properly, but the studies and all the work we have to do as students, and studies and tests and all that stuff.
Hmm.
Maybe that would be a good topic for the documentary.
Okay, something like a day in the life of a student, but
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
documentary form of it.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay, so Arundhati, I'm going to give you two idioms. Try making a sentence out of those if you know the
Okay,
meaning. Okay? So
okay.
I'm sure you know the meaning of on the big screen.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
can you
so
make
I
a
would
sentence?
love to. I would love to become an actress and be on the big screen in my future.
Okay, very nice. And can you make a sentence with come to life?
Come to life. Okay. So I wanted to make. I had always wanted to make this movie, and it's like a dream come to life for me.
Hmm. Okay, so in the context of films, can you make a sentence? Like, for example, something looks so realistic that it almost looks like it's real, even though it's, not
Hmm.
real. It's just CGI effects like that.
Okay. The movie graphics were so good that it looks like it has come to life.
But yeah, very good. Okay, so can I give you some feedback?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you're an excellent speaker. You were able to express your ideas very nicely. You're confident, so that was all good to see. You used very nice words like lavish and luxurious.
Hmm.
Just a few errors I noticed. For example, you said broke vase of someone. So can you frame this sentence in a slightly better way?
So I think I said that if I broke a vase of someone, so I can say I think someone's vase.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And instead of saying time taking, a better way of saying that would be time consuming. Okay. It
Okay.
would be
Yeah.
very time consuming.
Yeah.
Also, like you use another very nice word, alibi. So that was all good to see. And there weren't a lot of avenues to pick out errors because you were
Hmm.
almost flawless. So
Oh,
that's
thank
my
you.
back. And do you have any questions for me?
No, as of now I
Yeah,
don't.
I forgot to ask you the most important question. What would the name of your movie be, the title?
Okay. Uh, mm, the what do I call it? The investigation game.
Okay, spicy investigation game. Right. I would, if that was a real thing, I would definitely watch it.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was really nice talking to you, Arundhati, and thanks for attending the session.
Oh,
Take care.
thank you. It was
Bye.
a really good conversation.
Yeah, I agree. Okay.
Hmm.
See you. Bye bye.
Okay, bye bye.